Maple Namu. Hello, and welcome back, or for the first time, to the Maple Namu Podcast. My name is Chris. It's just me this week, and today I'm going to talk about something that somebody told me a couple of weeks ago. I went to buy some bricks because we've been making some raised beds for our garden, and the man at the brickyard kind of knows us because we've been a few times. He knows where we are. We've had some things delivered, and he says to my wife as we're loading about 25 bricks into it, and these are the full concrete blocks, not the biggest ones, but the medium ones, and they're probably about 10 kilograms each or so. So to put 25 in a car that's not meant for it is a bit of weight in there. And he just said to my wife, he said, "Your car met the wrong owner." And I just thought that was really interesting. It was kind of really funny. Like, maybe somebody else could have given this car a better life. But it met us, who use it a bit like a farm truck. Even the hardware store lady said, "Oh yeah, I guess it's not a car anymore, it's a truck now." So maybe it did meet the wrong owner. But I think that's also related to my sort of philosophy on these things. This car is not meant for moving, but it's moved us probably about 3 times by now, maybe even more. It's helped other people move. I remember my dad used to do that with his car. He just had one of the first Hyundai cars that they brought over to Canada, and he would bring home shingles to redo the roof in the back of this little commuter car, and everybody was kind of like, "Really? How are you doing that?" But he did it, and I kind of learned that from him, maybe. So I kind of did it with mine. At the beginning, I was being really good to park far away so that other people don't ruin it, and nobody was allowed to eat until I scratched it or dented it. And I kept it pretty nice for 3 or 4 months, and then one day I look at it and someone else had just slammed open their door and put a dent in my car. And I'm just thinking, like, I was pretty upset at the beginning because I was, paying for private parking at the time, and somebody had hit it. There wouldn't have been any CCTV where it was, but I was a little bit upsetting because here it is, there's my nice thing and someone else is ruining it. And I've kind of learned to let that go. It has lots of scratches since then. I've been lucky enough that I haven't been in any major accidents, but I did very slowly back into someone last year or the year before. It was a sign of not sleeping enough. Yeah, he was fine. There weren't any problems. There was no damage. So I got really lucky. And I've probably hit more than a few rocks. But, the important thing is the mechanics of it, the engine. And I take care of that. I put the money in to get regular oil changes, new tires. I make sure that it has windshield wipers and it's mechanically okay. But it's been a while since it's been washed. It's been a while since I've tried to do anything about the scratches, because I just feel like I could spend all the time in the world making my car super pretty, and then it just takes somebody else to come along and ruin that. It doesn't make sense. And then I would be upset, and I don't want to be upset by these things. I have said before that I don't wash it because every time I do, I find a new scratch. So if I just have a dirty car, I don't know how many scratches there are, and I generally feel better. A lot of people tell me my car is dirty. Or, well, maybe that's not true. when we park in a parking lot, our car is usually the dirtiest one. Not always, but at the same time, I could wash it, and then the next day, if it rains, it's going to be covered in mud because I live in the countryside. I wonder if this is sort of the Korean equivalent of your front lawn. Like in Canada, you try and keep a very pretty, well-cut, nice green lawn to show other people that you care. It's a way of showing off. But living in an apartment building where all you can see is someone's door, maybe the car is how people show off. Because I see lots of people spending a lot of time, and good for them. But I also see them get really upset when somebody scratches it, which is understandable. But if you look at some of these small roads, of course cars are going to get scratched. Try everything you want. This country is not big enough for the amount of cars that it has. It's crazy. But I don't know. I was kind of thinking, I thought about this a lot. Because again, I've been thinking about this guy. My car met the wrong owner. And he only meant it as a joke, but maybe it did. But I also feel like the car is a tool. It is meant to be used. Like books and board games. You are supposed to use them. They should get everyday wear and tear. Why have them if you can't use them? I do understand car collections and taking care of things, and like, don't get me wrong, but the purpose of our car right now is to bring us places and bring home stuff that we need. Of course it's going to get a little bit roughed up in there. It doesn't have to be pretty, but it has to work. I think the key is, though, that as long as you're not being foolish or doing things on purpose, like if my wife purposefully went out and tried to scratch the car, I would be really upset. But if she accidentally scratched the car, it's an accident. It happens. It's all about intention, I think, and that's something we learn as we get older. I remember that I crashed my dad's motorcycle before coming to Korea. He had a brand new motorcycle because I was interested in learning how to ride. And I took a turn too quickly. There was a bit of sand, and I dumped it. And it was his brand new bike. And I remember just calling him in tears, being like, I'm going to get in so much trouble. Like, it's his brand new motorcycle, and I jumped it on the pavement. Oh no, what's going to happen? And he wasn't mad at all, because he knew I was learning. He knew I wasn't fooling around. He saw the sand. Like, he knew that I wasn't trying to do damage, or I wasn't trying to hurt anything. But he saw that I was really upset, and he's just like, it's fine. You weren't fooling around. It's a tool. Accidents happen. Mistakes happen. If it's not on purpose, there's no real sense getting mad about it. Like, I would do right by him. I ended up fixing a part of it, I think, or helping with it. And we made it work. But, I don't know. Maybe this is just a really long excuse to get out of washing my car. I guess I just need to take better care of it. The poor thing has been through a lot. It met the wrong owner. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed listening. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know too. And have a great day.